Hey, right, I'm going to try and keep today's video short and sweet. As you know, this kitchen saga has been taking up a lot of my time over the last 4 weeks. In fact, I had to take a week off at one point to get the floor tiling done. I mean, I'm fairly competent at this sort of thing, but I'm slow. It's a long time since I've done it. I'm not an expert. And of course, Wren Kitchens haven't exactly been helpful. Their installer left us with an incorrectly fitted sink that seemed to leak from just about every possible place after they'd left, and that's caused a 2-week delay with us getting on with things, or a 1.5-week delay. And just in case you want to avoid them in the future, this is Concept Installation Services from Brough in East Yorkshire. We had to get our own plumber in to sort it out in the end. But I finally got the floor completely finished. We've got the tile skating boards on. Paula wanted some oak architrave. I got that all done and finished last weekend, and we're on to the final push this weekend with the wall tiling. Everything's sort of prepped and ready to go. I'm hoping it's only going to take me a couple of days, but I have a feeling it might take 3. There'll be a lot of cuts to do. So a big thank you to all of you that's inquired about how it's gone on. It's not gone well, but we're getting there. And thanks for bearing with us. It seems like it's been a long haul, and it has interfered with video production, there's no doubt about it. Now, today I want to show you an absolutely cracking idea from LOMO Watersports. They are, of course, manufacturers of fantastic, very reasonably priced, fully waterproof motorcycle luggage. I've been a big fan of their gear for years. I know a lot of you are big fans of their gear. And they've recently brought out a new concept. Well, it's not a new concept, because actually it's sort of a regime that I've followed myself over the years, but I've always had to adopt a sort of make do and mend attitude to implementing it, because no one made anything specifically for this purpose, but now LOMO have. Now, I've got to admit, I do like sort of expensive premium motorcycle luggage, but if ever I go on a trip, I tend to use LOMO stuff. 1, it's reliable. 2, it's 100% reliably waterproof. In fact, I think I remember in one particular video I made on their luggage, you can actually fill it up with water and it will hold water. It lasts, and more importantly, for a lot of my viewers especially, it is really reasonable price. In fact, the prices are so low. When it comes to motorcycle luggage, it's often a bit of a double take moment when you see the bottom line, because it's unbelievably cheap for what you're getting. Now, it doesn't matter how much you pay for motorcycle luggage, whether it's at the budget end or at the premium end, and it doesn't matter whether it's hard luggage or it's soft luggage. All bike luggage has one major flaw, which isn't apparent at first until you actually start using it. Now, some soft bike luggage might have 1 or 2 external storage pockets, which is handy, but it's the main compartment. It doesn't matter whether the big bags or small bags, you have one large cavernous storage area, which seems good at first, but you usually find at least a day into your journey that things aren't working out as well as you'd hoped. You can plan as much as you like and try to sort of pack your bags in the most logical order, but you'll soon find that you're trying to find things which happen to be halfway down the bag or in the bottom of the bag. Things start getting mixed up. You have to empty half of your stuff out to find something, and it becomes sort of organised chaos. Now, what I've always tried to do with varying degrees of success is to sort of segregate items in my luggage by buying in, small zip-up bags or, drawstring bags, that kind of thing. So I can put, my toiletries in one place, my dirty clothes in a different bag, my clean clothes in another bag, camera equipment in yet another bag, and then stash them all in there so that when I need something, I don't have to empty everything out onto the floor to find what I'm looking for. And it sort of works, but it doesn't always end up being that successful, because the main problem is the dimensions of the bags. You can search high and low on eBay or Amazon and you'll find something that'll sort of do the job, but they're never perfect because the dimensions aren't quite right. And that's where LOMO have come to the rescue with this sort of modular storage system designed primarily for their bags. But a little secret, it doesn't matter if you have their bags or not, these will work with virtually any pannier system. Different bike luggage manufacturers may make bags of different dimensions, but they all sort of follow the same basic dimension ratios. So as I've found out when I've tested these cubes, they will work with virtually any other pannier, whether it's a LOMO pannier or not. Now, they come in a range of 3 sizes. You've got size 3, which is the largest. You've got size 2, which is the second biggest. Then you've got size 1, which is the same sort of width and height as the size 2 bag, but they're about half the depth. Now, to my mind, the larger size 3 bag is designed as a liner for LOMO panniers. It might not work with all other manufacturers' bags, but the other 2 sizes will. Now, these luggage cubes are constructed using a sort of a translucent reinforced PVC. They also look to me as though they have the same radio frequency welding at all the seams. That is, the same waterproof welding system that they use on the panniers. Now, these are not intended to be waterproof bags as such, because obviously, the weak point is going to be the zips. But if you're using luggage that does let a little bit of water in, this serves as a sort of a secondary protection to the stuff that you're storing inside them. Now, because they're translucent, that means that you can pretty much judge what's inside them without having to open them up, which is a bonus when you're in a hurry. They all feature a webbing carrying handle, and for me, the design is just perfect. Now, with 2 size 1s and a size 2 in the size 3, I hope this is making sense, the bag is nowhere near full. You could get another size 2 in there, or 2 more size 1s. Obviously, I'm going to leave a link in the video description down below to LOMO's website, to these packing cubes. I'm sure LOMO will have the dimensions of each cube in there. Now, the size 3, once packed, can easily be slid up to one of their larger adventure panniers. It may work with other manufacturers' bags as well. Your best bet is to look at that link, look at LOMO's webpage. I'm sure the dimensions will be there, so you can work out what's going to work for you and what isn't going to work for you. But the incredibly useful idea of this, of course, is that you don't have to remove the pannier from the bike. You can just pull the size 3 liner out and take it into your bed and breakfast, your hotel, or into your tent, whatever, without having to go through the laborious task of separating your pannier from your bike. And then, the following day, it's just a matter of packing your size 3 back up, and then slipping it back into your main pannier, and you're off. Now, this is a simple and inexpensive idea, but let me tell you, from somebody that's done a lot of motorcycle touring over the years, this is a game changer. It's just going to make organising your luggage so much easier. I mean, generally speaking, I would probably use a size 1 for my toiletries, that kind of thing. Another size 1 or a size 2 for my dirty sort of small items of clothing, socks, etc. Because I hate having to put them back in the panniers rubbing up against other stuff. It's just not nice. And it's nice to keep it sealed away and separate from everything else. Another one for your clean clothes. Maybe an additional one for camera equipment, batteries, that kind of thing. If you're camping, you can use another one for keeping your food items in and your condiments. and it stops everything from getting mixed together. You know, I've had times when shower gel has leaked and it's got all over clothing, or, you know, food items have got squished and transferred onto clothing and other items. It's a nasty business, and this just helps keep everything separate, and if you do have any mishaps like that, everything else is kept clean and tidy. But just as importantly, it allows you to organise all the different sort of categories of luggage that you have. So when you need something, you just open your pannier, pull out the bag that you need and get the item that you need. It's a bit of a game changer for touring, if you ask me. It has the potential to keep your travelling much more organised and less stressful. As I've said, I will leave a link in the video description for these travel cubes, or luggage cubes, whatever they're called. I think they're a great idea. As I've said, I'll leave a link to LOMO's website for these cubes. It's just, you know, one of those ideas that I wished had existed 20 years ago. It just will make life for motorcycle touring so much easier. Once again, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this and my other videos, and in doing so helping to support this channel. I really do appreciate it. I'd also appreciate it if you would leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you're not already a subscriber. There are other ways you can help me out via my Patreon page or via PayPal donations, details of which are in the video description down below, or you can use the super thanks button below the picture that you're watching now. I've of course got to be back next week, so until then, please ride safely, and I'll see you soon.